Alright, hi friends, and in this video I want to show you another opportunity, another DEX essentially, that you can use on Flare and use your fXRP to deploy capital into to basically farm the fees. So before I showed you the Spark DEX, which is a pretty good one, but there is more. And actually, because this whole niche and sector of Flare assets and fXRP is only growing and the demand is not stopping and not slowing down, it's definitely good idea to distribute capital across multiple DEXs, not just because of the fees, but also to participate in multiple protocol provisions for potential future rewards and anything that comes from Flare in the future. Okay, so before I used to have my XRP position only on the Spark DEX, and now I connected one of my wallets, the Bifrost wallet that I'm using, not my private one, the more public, so to speak, one. I withdrew from the pool and I want to show you another DEX, which is the Anosis DEX. I will leave the link down below, that you can also do liquidity provision and earn from the fees plus earn from the rewards. So if you go to the Anosis DEX, and as I said, the link is down below, and you connect your wallet right here, essentially where liquidity pools, you will find multiple positions. So I would like to filter them by the fees. So the highest fees are at the top. So as you can see, we have the wrapped Flare USDT 0. And then the second highest paying fee pool is the Flare wrapped Flare versus fXRP. And then we have the fXRP USDT 0. So this pool is the one that I am interested, because I want to be deploying mainly in XRP and then give a lot of range to the upside. So it is being converted slowly back towards USDT 0, right? So I'm essentially exiting this small XRP position while maintaining the fees and earning more fXRP on the way. So let's do that. As you can see, the TVL is just a bit over 700k. The API projected at least is like that. So the fees is just 24%, and the rest of it is from the incentives in our Flare coins. Keep this in mind. So this API is not fully that you're going to be earning in XRP. Only 25 almost percent comes from the trading fees. So let's click on that. The position strategy, I will always choose custom. And now we have some XRP 358 and the balance of USDT 0. And because I don't want to give pretty much any range to the downside, I only want to give the range to the upside. I will make here, let's check the current XRP price, which is 240 on a DEX. So let's go ahead and do something around 239-ish, and the upper range 349. I would be pretty happy with this deployment, right? 240, maybe 239. Yeah, more or less like that. I'm happy with this range to stay in range at the moment. So I will be deploying 300. So the maximum I can do based on what I have on USDT 0 is 202. It's not too bad. It's good enough just to show you as an example. So we have this position and the range will be 2386 and 348. So in this price range, I will be earning the fees. And if the price reaches 3.48, I will be fully converted to USDT 0, which is fine for me. This position is not my main holdings or anything like that. This is going to be used only for liquidity provision to earn the fees and earn the incentives, okay, rather than generating income. With fXRP, it's pretty difficult to generate high income, yeah, because it's not a lot of volume going on in these pools, and fXRP is still a very new thing. So if you want to generate stable, predictable cash flow using DeFi, there are endless pools available for you on the other chains, other assets, etc. And essentially you can use cbXRP as a collateral, borrow against it in stable coins, and use those stable coins around multiple pools to generate income. So currently, me, DeFi House members, we are yielding approximately 6 to 9% a month, very predictably, without overexposing ourselves to any major volatile assets. We stick to the blue chip assets like ETH, Solana, XRP as well, etc. Right, so let me deploy into the pool. So we will have to approve 2 transactions on my Bifrost wallet. Let me do that. I just approved the first one. I'm now approving the second one on my Bifrost wallet, and now we will deploy into the pool. Create position. The position is now created. Boom. So as you can see, I have $613 in liquidity, and this is the ratio at the moment. This is the position, so to speak. These will be the flare rewards, also drops, also incentive rewards. So all of my rewards will be visible here that I will be able to claim. Also unclaimed fees. So now when someone is swapping between fXRP and USDT 0 in this DEX on Anosis, right, I will be earning part of the fees they pay. So this is the core principle, right? So now I just keep this position running. The range is pretty tight, right? It's at 2.386 and 348, and currently is at 240. So I am currently in range, earning the fees. If it goes down towards the limit of my range, I will be out of range and I will not be earning the fees. So then what I do, and I show all the strategies inside the DeFi house, but just to keep things simple, I then wait a little bit to see whether the price action is suggesting a comeback into the range or not. And if it's not the case, then I will rebalance the pool using one of the methods to maintain 100% of asset, right, without buying back with lower value, and then I will rebalance the pool, re-enter, and then I will earn the fees still. So with small capital like these $600, you will not be earning a lot of income, of course, and you can use $600 in other DeFi pools way more effectively to earn a pretty way higher income. I would say 5 to 10 times higher than here. But fXRP is something that everyone is excited about, and everyone is trying to find ways to use it. So one of the ways is just provide liquidity, and there are multiple ways. Spark DEX, I showed you before, it's one of the way. This one, Anosis, is another way. You can use kinetics to supply fXRP, borrow stablecoins, but it's very difficult to do that these days because of the borrowing caps, and the demand is so high that you have to be super quick to be able to borrow, because the borrowing limit is reached extremely quickly. So my best recommendation for now, the way to use your fXRP is simply to deploy into the liquidity pool, give a bit wider ranges, and just earn the fees and the rewards, right? You will be able to earn these rewards as well. If you check a Spark DEX on this random wallet that I did, on this random wallet, as you can see, there are still $15 pending in rewards just from my few $100s of liquidity provision for a few weeks. So it's not too bad. On my private wallet, this number is about 10 times bigger, and I still have the position here. I withdrew it just to show you how it works essentially, but here is going to be the same thing. You will earn the fees right here, you will earn the rewards right here, and you will be able to claim them and simply stack assets for long-term perspective. This is not to build cash flow because the APIs are really small, but it's possible if you have very big capital, or you can use your XRP as collateral and use the borrowed capital across multiple DeFi protocols, which will generate you way higher amounts of income. Okay, so for example, we can take a look at one of the examples. We have cbXRP, for example, this pool. The API is really small as well, but ETH versus cbXRP pool with 2.6 million in TVL. Over the last week, on average, it paid about 7K in fees, so it's not too bad. The demand is still exists. It's very small in comparison, but it's existing. So we can copy the contract address. We can take a look at the chart. How does it look like? I mean, what's the volumes and stuff? On base chain in ETH, as you can see, it's pretty dead, but still 34K volume for 24 hours. People are trading very tiny and pretty rarely, but still something is happening on this chart. So if you just keep your money here, it's going to fluctuate between XRP and ETH, but still, if you're just keeping it there, just parked, right, and you don't care about the ratio, but you just care about the value, then why not, right? Because if XRP goes up, in this case, the first asset is ETH. So if XRP is going to go up, you will be converted towards XRP and you will benefit from the upside. If it's going down, you will be converted towards ETH, which is less volatile asset, which is also better for the impermanent loss exposure, so to speak. Also, you have another pool, which is cbXRP versus cbBTC, where the first asset is XRP in this case. So if it's going up, you will be converted towards BTC. So still not too bad, but this pool is a bit more active. It's a bit more active, so you can also park your XRPs here and essentially set the bigger range to the upside, like 20-40%, whatever, if we choose cbBTC. Okay, as you can see, almost 500,000 in volume, and the trades are way more frequent. 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago, people are doing something, and it could be just algos and bots as well doing something, market making and stuff. But I mean, still, you can park your capital. I mean, getting healed with XRP is very difficult, we all know that, but it's still fairly possible. It's not going to be massive, but if you really want to stick to XRP and hold it, you can hold it in one place and use small capital of your holdings to actually utilize it and deploy into these pools like this one, like ETHXRP or XRP BTC. There are a few others on multiple chains, but it's just not worth it. They're not active at all. These two, I would say, are the most active ones on the IRO pool. And then if you want to stick to the decentralized matter and more towards Flare assets and fXRP, then you use Anosis DEX and Spark DEX to deploy capital into and simply earn a little bit of fees, a little bit more XRP on the way, plus you earn the rewards in Flare tokens, which is also beneficial and just acts as an additional bonus. Okay, so Anosis right now is offering a bit of a better API than Spark DEX, so you can deploy there, get some fees, get some rewards, and simply use XRP this way. And if you want to know how to fully utilize DeFi across all the DEXs, everything, you can join the DeFi House, and we have a lot of lessons here, a lot of education, multiple things. As you can see, we provide daily stuff all the time. We have all the pooled list to deploy into all our positions, low risk, medium risk, degen pools, all the education, etc, etc. As you can see, some people been earning nice rewards right here. Payday, $300 in just a few days, $400 in 6 days, as you can see right here. Also, one guy earned $100, so 10% yield in 6.5 days with leverage DeFi provision. So there are multiple. One guy is earning $100 a day with a 27k deposits, as you can see, 122 daily rewards. So I mean, we show all of these things inside the DeFi House. So if you wish to join, you can join. It's up to you. But on YouTube, I also shared a ton of information, a ton of videos and education. So just go and watch everything on YouTube. Start yielding, all right? Start making money from DeFi. And if you need any help and support, feel free to join the DeFi House. If you are good on your own, yielding capital from my YouTube videos, congrats. That's also my job done, because I'm here to share the knowledge, right? So if you can, and if you wish, of course, watch all the videos, start deploying capital. DeFi is an amazing place to yield and earn additional income, and it's the most professional approach to the market. Okay, we are not gambling on meme coins. We don't need the price to go up or down. We need people to trade. The more the better, so we get the more fees. Okay, so hopefully this video will be beneficial for you. And of course, as always, I will see you on the next one. And it's Sunday, so have a great remaining Sunday and an amazing week ahead. So I will see you on the next one. Take care.